Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I have this beautiful Milani Gilded Flora eyeshadow palette to try out. Look at the shades in this. I'm so excited. I actually picked this up at Walmart. It's part of my recent new makeup at Walmart haul that I did, which that is up here on my YouTube channel if you haven't seen it yet. And it looked like this Milani floral line was Walmart exclusive. Maybe you can get this also on the Milani website online, but at Walmart I got this for $14.97, which you get 15 shades in here, a nice mix of matte, shimmers, and like foiled shades, and I love the colors. You've got neutrals, but then you've got pops of color. I really like the packaging with the mirror. That's something I really look for in a good travel palette, is a mirror and then some like day to night types of shades. So let's start out with some swatches. Also at the Walmart I went to, I got the last one of these. All right, definitely gonna swatch this bright yellow. Some really pretty, oh my gosh, like glitter foils. Wow, quite the difference in feel of the eyeshadows. Like this one felt pretty soft. This one felt pretty dry. The foiled ones don't seem to be super pigmented. I'm like, maybe those are gonna be toppers. Ooh, like that one was very soft. Kind of crumbly, but good pigment for that matte light pink. That matte purple, not as pigmented as I'd like to see. Yeah, this like kind of foiled glitter. So pretty, but I feel like it would be a good topper for one of those more pinky purple shades. That bright yellow, not super pigmented. More like pastel once you swatch it. Yeah, another pretty sparkle, but just not a very pigmented base. That I think I want to put that as a topper as well. So here you can see those swatches that I did. I'm really not too impressed by these swatches, but we're going to see now how it is on the eyes. And whenever I review an eyeshadow palette, I review it with and without an eyeshadow primer. So I'm going in here with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion all over just one of my eyes. And based off of those swatches, which were not super pigmented, I feel like a primer could make a big difference in how vibrant the eyeshadows show up. So we will see. So I'm really glad to see that there is a light matte shade in here, because I love when a palette has this light matte shade to set and prep the lid. So just with a fluffy brush, I'm going to dust this all over, and this will make it so other colors blend on top of it, but also it can cancel out discoloration that I get on my eyelids if I didn't even want to put any other eyeshadows on top of it. Just give more of that clean look, and this does a good job of that. Not super opaque, but it does even out the discoloration in my lid. And I feel like this shade matches my skin tone pretty well. So it is a really good no eyeshadow type of eyeshadow for me. But what this doesn't really have is that highlight shade. I'm thinking I'm going to try this one here right beneath. This one's called Botanist. And I'm going to pick that up on my finger. I like to highlight the brow bone. Yeah, and that's just a bit dark. Like you can see some bronziness to it. It does have some pretty shimmer sparkle, but I'm just going to blend that out so that it's not looking quite as dark. But that could be maybe a pretty crease shade. Maybe, kind of want to see, let's try this one, Busy Bee. Picking this up on a different finger. Let's see how this could be as a highlight. This one I think, yeah, a bit too yellow, but just gonna blend it out. they're not matching, but that's okay. They look subtle enough. But I would have liked to see that light shimmery shade because that can be used in so many different ways. The brow highlight, the inner corner, the lid, and I feel like that's another essential shade in my perfect travel palette. So this might not be my perfect travel palette, but that's okay. Let's go on to a little transition shade. I think I'll pick up this one here. Garden Path. Definitely a lot of kickback with these shades. But so I'm gonna blend this. This is a matte shade. It's not really showing up too much on the lid. I feel like this could have just been another kind of no eyeshadow type of base shade because it's really not doing anything for me. Okay, well, let's try something else. I'm going to pick up a new clean brush into this rosy shade called Best Bud. After every time I touch the brush to the palette, I have to like blow out the dust, tap off the excess. But let's see if this will start building up that transition area. Gosh, I just feel like these are disappearing on my lid and not doing anything. And that's with and without the primer. It's not really showing up at all. I mean, these shades are kind of similar to my natural skin tone, but I would definitely have expected this rosy pink shade to show up more and at least be visible. I think that says a little something. I guess that can be enough for the transition. I'm not I'm super impressed by this so far, but I guess I'm gonna pick up this brown, Salt of the Earth, and put this into the crease, try and build up a little contour dimension. I always like to put kind of a shadow shade, like a brown matte, into the crease here to try and enhance the eye shape, create dimension. And this is just looking a little too orange. Oh my gosh, this is such a messy and dusty palette. The mess that it's making is really starting to bother me. And it's kind of making a mess on my eyes with the fact that these are not looking too good. Not super pigmented, not super blendable, and just not very easy to wear or complementary shades. Like, I guess they don't need to be easy to wear, but they need to be doing something for my eyeshadow look, and this is just not a good shade of brown. It's so orange. I would pretty much consider it orange, not brown. Yeah, this is not looking good. From the crease to the brow bone with like the highlight glitters, the not good shades in the crease and transition area. I'm not off to the best start, and I've used a bunch of shades so far. Let's go more towards the colors. I'm going to just go to the colors that I like and that I'm drawn to, like this orchid purple. This one doesn't have as much kickback. That's good. Let's see how this is focused in the outer corner here. It's a hint of a pretty color. Let's see if I can build it up. Yeah, it is buildable and it's looking bright. This seems like a better formula than the other ones I've tried. I really like this one. That is super pretty. Okay. Not too happy to see such inconsistency in the formulas, but at least this one seems really nice. Like, this one is maybe more pigmented on the eye with the primer versus without it, but it's easier to blend. Yeah, okay, that's the thing. Much more pigmented on the eye with the primer. And when I can see such a dramatic difference in how vibrant a shade is with and without a primer, that's kind of a sign that it's not a great formula. Because like, yeah, this one's much more bright and I was impressed by it. This one, it's dull, it's not opaque, and I'm really applying a lot and it's just not building up the same. Let's go into this Lavender Fields, which is really pretty. This one seems a bit more dusty once again. And I'm just gonna blend this onto the rest of that lid, and we'll go in maybe with some toppers. Yeah, on the eye with the primer, it does seem like they can build up to that full bright color. And this is such a pretty shade of purple. I love it with that orchid color. Now the eye without the primer, trying to build it up. And it just has more sheerness to it. But you can still see that color. But I'm just not loving this application process. So messy, so dusty, and I don't really mind fallout necessarily, but this is just so much. But these purple colors are really pretty, but I really would have liked for the neutral shades to work out for me as well, because most of the time I'm going to be reaching for the neutral shades, but they're really not shades that I would be reaching for. Let's, for the fun of it, go in with this Forget Me Not purple shimmer. Pick that up with my finger. It's definitely like a sheer sparkle, so it seems like a good topper option. Oh. It's definitely looking patchy, and it's hard to pick it up. It should be easiest with my finger, but kind of hard to get it to stick onto the lid too, but yeah, that's really not doing much for my eye. This look is already kind of a mess, so I'm just going to go in and pick up In Full Bloom on my finger. Once again, kind of sheer. Let's see how this looks on this eye. Oh, it actually might be kind of like a duochrome and looks more like orange than magenta, like it kind of looks in the pan here. But still, they're just very literally lackluster, just dull metallic shimmers. Not impressive. I would think, looking at these in the pan, that they would be so bright, shimmery, really pop on the lid, but it absolutely does not. And I'm seriously picking up as much as I can with my finger and layering it up, and it's just not even doing much at all. I am shocked by how unimpressed I am with this palette and pretty much every single shade in here. I was so excited about this. This is the first product from my big haul that I'm trying out because I was so excited, and I'm very let down. And the fact that I spent $15 on this definitely feels like a waste, because I do not see myself reaching for this. Again, like none of the shades in here I would be reaching for. I do want to put a shade on the lower lash line, but I feel like there's nothing left in here that I even am interested in putting on the lower lash line. And this eyeshadow look just didn't go in a wearable direction. I don't even know what kind of wearable eyeshadow look I would make out of this, which is a real bummer. It's not something that usually happens to me when I try out eyeshadow palettes. I'm very bummed, and I am very disappointed in how my eyes look right now, but that is not showing up at all. And it looks like a pretty decently pigmented, bright enough pink that it should show up nicely on the lower lash line. But that is not even visible. I can't even really like show you a completed eyeshadow look right now because I couldn't get there. I have not had an eyeshadow fail like this in so long. So I'm very bummed. I don't even know if I can return used makeup to Walmart, but if I can, I will literally return this because it was such a failure for me. I am so surprised right now. But now we know. I do not recommend you spending $15 on this. But thank you so much for watching this video today anyways. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.